It's my pleasure to introduce to you all the Northeastern State Riverhawks here. We have head coach J.J. Eckert. We have offensive lineman Jason Staggs, and we have defensive lineman Uko Isang. Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Fifth-year seniors, both of them, and leaders of this team. Coach, if I can ask, do you mind giving a brief opening statement?
Yes, thank you. It's an honor to be here today. Always excited to be here at a media day. This is a great, great facility to house the MIAA Media Day, and it's an honor to be here. So, really looking forward to 2019. It seems like it's been a really, really fast 7 months. I mean, it's been one of those scenarios where, with all the new faces and hiring coaches and being able to get the whole process, trying to get going in the right direction, it's been a whirlwind. And, really been excited about the opportunity to return to Tahlequah and to Northeastern State University. It was a place I called home for many years. I've got a lot of memories of Northeastern State football through the years, and it's a great honor to be able to be back and have a chance to lead a very storied football program through, many decades. So, looking forward to opportunities that lie ahead. We've got a very good group of individuals returning for 2019. I've got some guys in the upper class areas that, you definitely need in the Division II model to be successful. So our seniors are something that's exciting to look at. When you have 17 of them, that's quite a bit moving into a 2019 season, and really excited about that. I think there's obviously some things that, that we've got to be able to overcome. I mean, whenever you start talking about, since we've joined the MIAA, we haven't had great success. And whenever I say that, I'm just talking about the idea of being competitive. And that's something that we want to work really hard on, is working as much as we can as being a physical unit, being a physical team, a mentally tough team, so we can find a way to be a competitive football team. And hopefully, if we could get ourselves in that situation, we would have a chance to go out and at least make it be competitive on a weekly basis. So, again, it's been a great opportunity. I mean, Tahlequah is a great town. Northeastern State University is a great university, and it's really been an exciting time frame to be able to have a chance to recruit some quality student athletes and get them in there. And we really do look forward to the start of the 2019 season.
At this point in time, we'll open it up for any questions and that you guys might have for the players. And in a minute, we'll open it up for questions for Coach Eckert.
Byron Beers, Tahlequah Daily Press. Coach Eckert, what's been your approach to establishing an identity or a culture within this program since you've been there?
Well, I think the big thing was trying to make sure that we could kind of get everybody pulling the rope in the same direction. And, ultimately, that was one thing that we really wanted to do, was work hard on being a great team. I mean, we can talk all about schemes and all the other things that go along with that, and those are very, very important. But if you're not a team that everybody's, has the same goals, same ambitions, and the same dreams on a daily basis, it's tough to be very successful. So ultimately, being a team was something that we really are working hard on, working on being a close-knit family that are good teammates that love each other and really, really, care about each other on and off the football field is very critical at any level. And so that's got to be very, very big in the equation as well. And then developing leaders. I mean, that's something that we've got to work hard on, is developing leaders that can set standards for the rest of the group to be able to see. So that goes back to the word culture. And, I think those three things are something that we have made a lot of strides in going back to January. Are we there yet? No, we're not. We still got a long ways to go to get to that point. But if we can get those three core values in place, it gives us a chance to have the necessary core values that we can put into the program and have a chance to start trying to build it in the right direction from there.
Also talk about the group of seniors. You talked about how important they are, and even more so for a first-year head coach.
Oh, I think that, that's huge. I mean, anytime you walk into a situation where you have a chance to have, 17 seniors, that's big. I mean, we talked a lot about that today on the way up here on the 4-hour trip. So anytime you get in that situation and you realize that, it's your last opportunity to be able to leave a mark on a program that you've been part of for many years, I think it gives you a chance to have some added motivation. And that doesn't take away from the schedule. I mean, this conference is the toughest conference in Division II football. And so, I mean, it's a tough situation every week. But if you've got some leadership involved in there and you've got some guys that ultimately have some investment in the program and they want to see it, leave it better than what they found it, I think it gives you a chance to ultimately have an opportunity to put a lot of things on their plates to be able to get the football team to be able to all go in the same direction.
Jason and Nuka, this can both be for you, but what have you guys noticed about your new head coach, coming from last year and the struggles you guys have had?
Well, personally, from my standpoint, whenever the coaches came in, I know it's a change for us, but a lot of the guys have bought into this coaching staff, and you can see everybody come together as a team and believing in what they tell us, and no back talk and stuff like that. Okay.
For me, I notice consistency is way more consistent with the work ethic that we have. It's more fun, like as last year, people didn't really have fun playing, and as soon as the new coaching staff came in, they brought in a new culture, like Coach Eckert has been saying. And it's way more fun, like when people are excited to go out and play, to practice, get better, and just to listen and learn from them. And it's a very exciting change coming around town and coming around the university. And people are excited for this year, and I'm excited too. And people are ready to work, and the players are ready to work. And it's been showing these past few months in the summer, and we're very excited.
Jason, how do you guys get things turned around on offensive line? You guys obviously had a lot of injuries last year, never the same lineup 2 weeks in a row. What's got to be different, apart from being healthy?
Well, it also obviously helps to have two seniors and another older classman with us, but starts with depth, which is what we've struggled with for quite some time now, but they're bringing a lot of guys in who I'm sure are going to step up. A lot of guys have been here this summer, like Uka said. Quite a few O-linemen have been there this summer, and I'm thinking they'll be able to step up and plug and fit right in with us.
And on that note, real fast, that's one thing that, I think whenever we first got there, that was kind of a conversation piece, was making sure that we could be better on the offensive line, making sure that we could find a way to be, a football team that could, do the things you necessarily need to do in today's game. And I think that's something that was really impressive to us as a coaching staff in the spring, was some of the headway we made in that area. I mean, I thought the offensive line worked more as one. I thought they did a great job of listening and taking some coaching and obviously learning a new scheme and so forth. And I think we made a lot of headway in an area that was very critical for us to have some success. And I think they've really worked hard to be a unit that we can be proud of.
Coach Eckert, just one other thing, talk about your dad and what is he kind of influences he's given you?
Well, I think that's a unique deal. I mean, it's one of those things that, when you grow up in a football family, which I feel blessed every day to have the opportunity to have done. I mean, when you grow up from the age of 5 or 6 years old and that's all you were ever around, I mean, that's an honor. I mean, it really, truly is. I mean, I feel like the luckiest person in the world to have grown up in that kind of environment. And I think it's one of those deals I've probably learned as much, or as much from watching it as what he tells me. It's not one of those deals that you walk off the field and you're waiting to get a script on things that need to get fixed. But I think it's always great when you have the ability to bounce some ideas off someone who's coached at the college level for as long as he did. I mean, he was at Northeastern from 1971 to 2003. So, I mean, I think that's 33 years in that process. And so, I think it's definitely an honor. I think it's always fun. I can't tell you I always agree with the suggestions I get, and I can't tell you that he always thinks I'm right in the equation as well. But, I think it's always good. And, I think it always gives you a chance to be able to bounce off of not only a great coaching staff that we have there at NSU as well, but I get a chance to bounce it off someone that, you've got a lot of respect for and you've grown up around in the coaching profession and had a chance to watch him coach, and means a lot to be able to do that, at my age, and have a chance to see what his thoughts are in the process as well.
Coach, I have a question for you. I mean, you had 15 seasons as a junior college head coach. Be one of two coaches making a transition after spending a long time in junior college to the MIAA this season. And Speak a little bit about the success you've had at JUCO and how that's going to transition for you here to the MIAA.
Well, I think the thing when you get down to it, I mean, at any level, it always is very helpful to have quality student athletes. And, I don't care what level you coach at, that's a big key to that equation. I think when you get down to it, I mean, in the world of a football program, it's a result of everybody's abilities to ultimately be successful. So you got to get around great people, and you got to make sure that you can get them pulling the rope, like I said earlier, in the right direction. So, the junior college was a great setup. I had a chance to ultimately be around some great coaches, be around some great players, and see some great stories. I mean, that was what was so unique to me, is to be able to see some of those stories that transpired, where you see guys that were junior college quarterbacks and they end up being a first-round draft choice at offensive tackle. And so you never know how those things go until you get a chance to actually witness it. And so to me, I think that's the thing that you get back to is building those relationships and ultimately trying to recruit very high-character, quality student athletes. And I hope that's something that we're able to do at NSU. I hope we're able to go out and do a great job of recruiting well, getting guys to buy into the culture that we have there, and ultimately get the leadership and the necessary skills to be able to build the program back to a point that we can be proud of. And so, it's not an overnight process. I mean, I know there's people who have had some instantaneous success. It's not that. I mean, this is a deal that we want to build it the right way. We want to make sure we build it with longevity, and we want to make sure we do a great job of recruiting the quality student athletes that can be there for the 4- and 5-year process, and they have an opportunity to be successful through that run that they have there.
Sure, appreciate it. If there are no more questions.
I've
Oh,
got one.
we do have one from the Twitter.
Yep, we've got one from Twitter. This is for Jason, and it's from Amy Staggs. I'm guessing that's a relative of yours. How have these past years as a football student athlete at Northeastern State shaped you going forward?
Well, first off, hi, Mom. But how's it shaped me? I mean, just the amount of drive and motivation and determination that it takes to not only juggle football schedule, but also your class schedule. It was rough in the beginning, but I think it helps form athletes into better men, Just makes us take a lot of responsibility, and you just got to own up to it.
Very good. And with that, speak a little bit about you. You guys are leaders on this team. If you don't mind, both of you take a second to speak on what you perceived as your responsibilities for yourself in relation to motivating your team throughout the offseason in preparation of this 2019 football season.
Well, for me, just showing them how to work, just showing them how we can't take any shortcuts to be successful in this conference. Like, we've been down for the past few years, but if we can start as leaders to show them how to build the foundation so they can keep on building it when we leave, then that's what I want to leave up behind for them, so we can keep on building and building, and hopefully get to that level where we're champions either sooner, hopefully, and just to keep on taking strides to make progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a real big thing to be leaders on the team. We try to take guys that are younger underneath our wing, move them up. I've heard a lot of guys talk about motivation and how you got to motivate your teammates. I feel like a lot of guys on the team motivate each other, and that's a great thing whenever you can have a bunch of guys in the locker room all pushing for the same thing. We may be the leaders here right now, but we have countless leaders in our locker room, and we hope that they'll step up during the season and help us, achieve what our ultimate goals are.
Coach, I spent a little time in Tahlequah last season. It is, to echo what you said earlier, what a great town. It has a great vibe to it, and it's a really pretty setting in that area, and I'm sure they're grateful to have you and this team that you're putting together. So good luck this season, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll resume again at 1 o'clock with Emporia State.
Pleasure. That's what's nice is I get down that part of the country, at least we got some water. You know what I'm talking about? That's always